Are Nayte and Deandra dating? How did Clayton and Susie handle the backlash from The Bachelorette? And why are the ratings the lowest they've ever been? We are here to break down the biggest stories in Bachelor Nation, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell if you are new here. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all doing well today. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined with Gianna Gravelese. Gianna, I gotta know how your Friday is doing. Are you ready to dish on Bachelor Nation?
I'm so happy it's Friday. I feel like this has been the longest week ever with the premiere of the double Bachelorette on Monday. As we know, once the season gets going, we never stop talking about it. So we have just been covering everything on top of all the other drama in Bachelor Nation this whole week on our channel. And I can't wait to just dive into more.
Yeah, and one of the biggest topics in Bachelor Nation has not even been about the new Bachelorette season. It's about Nayte and Deandra and whether or not they are dating. So rumors started swirling last weekend in Bachelor Nation when Nayte and Deandra were posting, hanging out together, or other people were posting them in a big group for Nayte's birthday, and then they were hanging out the next day at a bar. And it seemed like she was wearing one of his necklaces. So during Deandra's Instagram Live this week, she was chatting with Ivan, and Ivan actually described Deandra's type as Nayte. Deandra was like, "What is my type, Ivan?" And he literally said Nayte, which I think shocked her because that was kind of a bold move by Ivan, considering there has been a lot of speculation over this and a lot of backlash. You know, people are accusing Deandra of being a homewrecker, breaking up Michelle and Nayte, which is obviously ridiculous. I mean, even if there is something going on between them, it's not fair to put Deandra, in the mix of that. Michelle and Nayte broke up for their own reasons. Now, Deandra did not address the rumors specifically. She didn't confirm or deny them, but she did share that she doesn't like to engage with people who have no idea what they're talking about and don't know the facts. So, I mean, I don't know how much you've been following this, but do you think there is any validity to Deandra and Nayte hanging out? I mean, this can't just all be for nothing, right?
Yeah, I mean, as we know, it's like come Bachelor in Paradise time when everyone's like out on the beach or coming back from the beach, like the people that aren't on the beach are hanging out. Like people are hanging out, they're partying together. People from Bachelor Nation love to connect from all the other seasons. Like that's just a fact. We've seen it firsthand. And I don't think that they're dating because I feel like there would have been so much more like solid evidence. Like we'd see them going out to dinner or like someone leaving someone's apartment. Like I definitely think that this is a flirty type of vibe, especially the necklace thing. Like that's what really did it for me because it looked like the same exact necklace. And the whole leg touching gate, right? They were sitting on stools at the bar and everyone was talking, were their legs touching? Were they like skimming? Like what was happening with the legs? And I just thought that was so funny because I was just like, does anyone have anything better to do with their lives right now? Like, are you actually kidding me?
No.
If they're dating, great. You know what? Like you said, Zach, him and Michelle broke up for different reasons. I don't think it has anything to do with Deandra. That's so unfair to pin everything against her. Michelle has her right to go out and party and flirt with whoever she wants, as does Nayte. I don't think Deandra, again, has anything to do with the end of him and Michelle's relationship. And again, if they're dating, sure. But if not, whatever. Let everyone do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, I think fans were just kind of concerned for Michelle. She's obviously been struggling right now. She's been very open and vulnerable on her podcast, on her social media recently. She even blocked Nayte on social media or unfollowed it and untagged him in all her pictures. So we don't really know the situation, but to do that, there might have been a little bit of a falling out, and we don't know Michelle and Deandra's friendship, if they even had one. So I think that's where people are a little concerned and think that there could be something shady going on. But I guess it's all kind of hearsay until we get more evidence, or they just kind of never tell us anything. But in my personal opinion, I do think Nayte and Deandra are hanging out and dating a little bit. I think it's probably so casual to the most casual point ever, which is, Nayte's single. He's allowed to move on and live his life. He probably felt trapped in, the type of Bachelor bubble for so long. So if he is dating, Deandra and it's casual, let them have fun. It's only really shady if Deandra and Michelle were friends and if there was any overlap. Otherwise, it's really not that shady. Everyone's allowed to move on. We don't really know what the contract was with the engagement. And I guess this story will play out in due time. Moving on to Susie and Clayton, they are addressing night one backlash. So Clayton got a lot of heat on night one after the Bachelorette. There was many digs and references made towards him during Gabby and Rachel's limo entrances. There was even a whole choir singing Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks.
Wow.
And the duo...
And remember, Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks.
Honestly, Gianna, it's been in my head all week.
It's a
It's
catchy
been in my
song
head.
for sure.
Can you
The
sing
other
it?
kid
Can you
over
sing it while I
here.
get my laughs out? Sing it, Gianna. Do you know it? Do you know the words?
Clayton sucks. Clayton sucks. Thank you. Thank you.
And scene. Oh my God. So the duo decided to make light of the situation by making TikToks to the song. And they also went on Kaitlyn Bristowe's podcast Off the Vine this week to share how they are doing as a couple. They are both actually in therapy, individually working on themselves. They're really trying to kind of move on past the show, create their own narrative on social media, and share with people who they are. Clayton's been focusing on mental health and doing that. Susie is doing videography. And they're actually looking to go to couples therapy because once you get off a show like this, it could be a little traumatizing. They do take on the pain of each other when they get hate, which I thought was really, really cute and sweet. It seems like they're so invested in each other, which is great because their ending was like kind of insane. And they also have an exciting update. They're moving to Scottsdale, Arizona, which is really exciting that they're moving in together. Now, what happened after the show, Gianna, is that Clayton moved into Susie's apartment in Virginia Beach, and her lease actually ends in September. Clayton was living in Scottsdale for a few months while the show was airing, but he's originally from Minnesota. So now they're going to be moving to Scottsdale and getting their first place together as a couple. So what do you think about them and all their updates?
Wow. I mean, it seems like they're definitely thriving as a couple. Scottsdale, Arizona. I mean, I'm happy to see a Bachelor Nation couple that's not moving to San Diego or like LA or anywhere in California. I mean, this is
New
such a
York.
great choice. New York. I think that this is going to be awesome for them. In terms of how they handled, the Clayton bashing, Clayton sucks thing on the first episode.
Clayton sucks.
I think that they did such a good job of how they handled it. Clayton and Susie could have been dramatic and taken to social media and posted a long thing about, bullying and this, that, the other thing. But they handled this like champions. And I think my favorite thing, besides them using the Clayton Suck song together in their robes and like towels on their head with like wine, I think that was iconic. But my favorite thing ever, I think this was so creative, was when Susie used the audio of Will Smith in saying, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." Yeah, I think that was amazing because it literally pertained to the situation exactly. And that just goes to show how mature they are as a couple. Maybe it's the therapy, which I think therapy is great for. I think everyone should go to therapy. Every single human should go to therapy. I think it's amazing. And it just says a lot about who they are and who they have become as people, as a couple. And I loved also how Gabby and Rachel weren't really feeding into the Clayton slander on their episode. They're like, okay, we don't really want to hear his name again. Like they weren't really, feeding into it that much, which I thought was great too. Clayton season is over. It's been over. We know what happened. Gabby and Rachel are the Bachelorettes. Let's just focus on that. Let everyone just live their lives and move forward.
Yeah. I mean, Clayton and Susie are just very emotionally intelligent, and they also said they don't believe the rest of the season will be about them. But before we get on to our next story, I think we need to sing the song one more time together. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, let's just try to get this in sync as best as possible.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks,
Clayton sucks, Clayton sucks.
And that's it,
I
folks.
can't.
Thank you.
No, but honestly, if Susie and Clayton can laugh at it and make it as a joke, like Clayton was like, Susie's gonna change her ringtone. Like, if they can laugh at it and it's not that serious to them, it doesn't have to be that serious to us. Of course, we want to protect them and their mental health, but it truly wasn't good fun. So we are huge Clayton and Susie fans over here. Now, Becca and Thomas actually just posted on Instagram that they bought a home together. Now, Becca and Thomas have been together for quite a while, and they got everyone talking when she did the damn thing by proposing to him a couple of months ago. But the duo shared on Instagram that they are ready to be roommates for life with their dogs, Minnow and Leo. Becca wants to fill the house with laughs, meals, memories, and maybe a couple babies. Now, I know they didn't get engaged on Paradise, but I almost feel like they're moving a lot faster than Abigail and Noah, Joe and Serena, Mari and Kenny. Like, they're just like a couple that is just so much more endgame to me. I don't know if it's because they're so mature and like it's just like they have just such a good kumbaya. But what do you think about them? Do you think that they're going to be the first to get pregnant out of these Bachelor in Paradise couples?
Wow, I love that word, a good kumbaya. And I
Kumbaya.
think that's exactly what the vibe is. You know, as a couple, you know, everyone moves at their own pace, right? Some people like to have the babies before marriage. Some people want to get married before the babies. And I don't think that's really anyone's like place to judge a couple for their decisions on when they're doing certain things, moving in together, having babies, marriage. It's just like, let them do. Again, this is like the theme of this video. Let them do whatever they want. But like you said, they are definitely the first couple to be really taking those big, big steps together. And I think that they were just ready. You know, like Becca had already had her time as the Bachelorette, right? Like she went through the ringer with that already. So she's like been known what she wants for a long, long time. Like clearly she's the one that proposed to Thomas. And I think, you know, it's interesting because Katie even just revealed that she thinks that Thomas got a bad edit on her season. And I agree with her. Like, I wish like we got to know Thomas a little bit better because maybe, who knows, he was ready for marriage right off the bat, but he got the villain edit that he just wanted to be the Bachelor instead. So I think that these two were just ready. And that's why they connected immediately. That's why they have been so successful as a couple. And that's why they're taking these big steps together.
I'm still laughing about Clayton's socks. I can't get it out of my head. But I'm agreeing with everything you're saying about Becca and Thomas.
Yeah, like I would love to see little, what are we calling them? Tekka, Bombas babies just running
Becca's.
around. Becca.
They're a Thecka. Everyone calls them Thecka.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
So it's hashtag Thecka.
all.
And then for Susie and Clayton, it's Claycy.
Okay, I knew Claycy, but I didn't know Thecka. So give me all the Thecka babies, all the things, and I can't wait to see their journey in their new house together.
Absolutely. And speaking of The Bachelorette, to round out today's Bachelor headlines, the Bachelorette premiere has actually received the lowest ratings in seasons of history. Now, views have been going downhill since Hannah Brown's season, while some of the reason could be because network TV is dying and streaming services are on the rise. You know, a lot of people watch on Hulu or YouTube TV the next day, but there is still an overwhelming fan base that stopped watching after Chris Harrison left the franchise. And I posted about this on my TikTok about the show going downhill in regards to viewers. And I was kind of shocked that I would say about 70% of the comments were upset about the fact that Chris Harrison was left the show. Like that seemed to be the overall general consensus, that it really was because of Chris, and a lot of people stopped watching. Now, Jesse Palmer actually just got married again. He shared that on his Instagram yesterday. But do you think it really is because of Chris? Is it because of low ratings? It's the summer, you know, less people watch The Bachelorette than Bachelor. What do you think it is? Is it production? And is there anything you think Jesse Palmer could add more as a host? Because people seem to be very indifferent about him.
Yeah, so I think it's a mix of literally everything that you just said. In terms of the Chris Harrison thing, he had like a cult following. Like fans were loyal to Chris Harrison. They were pissed when he was, you know, dropped as the host. And I think the thing that made fans and is continuing to make fans so angry is that, you know, we have to remember he was dropped because he kind of supported Rachel Kirkconnell when she was receiving backlash about old racially insensitive photos and videos that had resurfaced. And he defended her, saying, you know, she was young. She probably was ignorant to what even that party meant and the reasoning and the racial meaning behind it. And he got completely canceled over that. The franchise dropped him immediately. But now, you know, Rachel and Matt are back together and they are thriving together, and people have forgiven Rachel, but yet the franchise has, you know, completely cut ties with Chris Harrison still. And I think that's why Chris Harrison fans are mad, and they're going to continue to not watch because they think that that's not fair. You know, why are you going to reprimand Chris Harrison? He wasn't even the one that did the photos and the videos, but then you're going to forgive Rachel with all this grace. Like, it's kind of backwards logic. And again, that's probably why fans are like, I'm all set. I'm not going to watch if you're going to treat people like that. And then, yeah, it is summer. We have to remember it's summertime. People are out and about. I know a lot of the times I even stream like the next day because I just have so much going on this summer. I'm going out. I am spending summer nights out on a patio with sangria. And it's different. It's like winter. We're all kind of cooped up in our house, so it's easier to watch when it's premiering on TV. I also think inflation is super high. A lot of people kind of dropped their cable bill and they were like, I'm just going to stick to streaming from now on. And yeah, I think there's so many different factors on why, you know, the ratings were so low. And then in terms of Jesse Palmer, I think he's doing a fine job. I wish he was just like a little more personable, I would say. Like, he's so clean cut and polished as a host. It's like, here it's happening now, and then he steps away, and then it's like when Gabby and Rachel ask for advice, he's very like, this is your journey. Like, it's very like just almost like non-human. It's not natural. So I wish he was just a little more natural and like fun loving and more involved in a way that was more like, this is a pal rather than a host. Other than that, I think he's doing a fine job. I like Jesse Palmer. I'm glad that, you know, Clayton's not next to him because they really did look alike. And I think that was ridiculous to have him, you know, host Clayton.
They really
when
did.
They look like twins. But I think he's doing fine. And if people want to be mad over Chris, be mad. Like, it's not going to change anytime soon. And Chris Harrison's probably thriving with, you know, the deal that they gave him to leave the franchise. Millions.
And
like,
he's never coming back.
Exactly.
He's never going to come back. I'm pretty indifferent with Jesse Palmer. I don't know if it's like his fault. I think the show might just like really be wanting to warm the audience up to him and not like throw Jesse Palmer in our faces. So maybe like over time, over the next few years, if The Bachelor continues, then he will, you know, have more personality. But I do agree. I think they're really trying to give him this robotic camera time moment, which is why I'm so indifferent about him. And I think Rachel and Gabby's season just started. So it's going to take fans a little bit to get into it. But once the drama starts, once the love story starts, everyone's going to start watching, and we want to hear your thoughts on this upcoming season of The Bachelorette and all the topics we discussed today in our Bachelor Nation headlines of the week. So definitely leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And before you head out of here, do not forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you're always updated and notified on all things Bachelor Nation. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined with the lovely, talented, smart, stunning Gianna Gravelese. And you guys can follow us on our social medias. They're on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are going to sing the song Clayton Sucks one more time on our way out. And then we will wish you guys a happy weekend. So 3, 2, 1. Clayton sucks. Clayton sucks. Clayton sucks. Clayton sucks. End scene. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.